Okay guys, time for a little parent-teacher conference and loose ideas about how you get to the place I'm at now. Evidently there's still downvoters, and that's fine. It's very volatile information to digest. I understand that. If you don't like to hear what I'm saying, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. It's the reality. And it's no surprise that most of the people that are aware of collapse now seemingly more of the general population are usually those people who are maybe creative, artistic, on the spectrum, have other disorders. They have a different perspective. They're put in a different place in life, and that affects their in the general population, and that affects their general outlook on everything. But the fact of the matter is, this is facts. I'm addressing this head on. I'm facing the facts, and I'm a realist. And so I can't paint the picture any prettier than what it is. Then by the time, in 10, 15 years, it's going to be hellacious outside. I mean, we're going to pass 1.5 degrees in the next few years. So loose thoughts on doomerism I wanted to address. Before that, I want to address downvoters. Yeah, like I said, it's harsh information, and you can keep downvoting because that's actually good for my channel. Information you do on there, any input is like interaction, and that's considered good for the video. Like some of the most popular videos were one of the most controversial videos. And it used to bother me a lot in the beginning, but I don't really care anymore knowing that, because I'm just doing me. I mean, look on fucking Instagram. Look on Instagram. There's like bitches showing their bodies and shit, and they get millions of likes, and like just stupid videos. So if they're doing that, and I'm talking about like your fucking future, then yeah, you should perk up and listen to what I have to say, and those of others who are choosing to be informative about this subject. But furthermore, I know it scares a lot of people off, and I had a girl recently I'm telling this to, and she gives me the kind of polite, fuck you. Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't respond to the message. I'm trying to stay off whatever social media app, but I'll get back to you later. And like time goes by, she never gets back to me. But then it literally shows her like active like 4 hours ago. It's like, shut the fuck up. People are so full of shit, dude. I'm sorry if you want to evade the truth of what the environmental degradation among the mini apocalypse that's coming to your life in the future. Fine, keep living your fairy tale. The fairy tale is so much more entertaining. And then you're gonna have to come to the place that I arrived at in the past 5 years, but you're gonna have to do that in a span of like a couple days, and most of you aren't gonna make it. Like I said, I already did a video on that. But essentially, I would say the stages, again, it's like grieving. It's the stages of loss. I would say the first couple stages, it doesn't matter, these can come in any order, but I would say the first couple stages are denial and anger, of course. Some people who are more anger inclined are gonna get really mad about this, but many times I tell people and they can't even believe it. And either kind of denial, skepticism, because they were so hard-grained, hardwired by this, indoctrinated. They were child abuse. They were indoctrinated at youth to believe this or that one way. It just is like, it's like a foreign language to them. It's kind of in the background, but it's kind of foreign language. And then once you digest it, it hits you, and you know that something's happening, and it's kind of like, damn, my boat is going to sink next week, but maybe I'll get another boat. Like, it's kind of like a replaceable thing. And then you go into and then you're still sad. And then the next level is pure like breakdown. Is that video It's Over For Us I did. That's when it hit, like it really hits you. Like this is it. We got to make the best of now. And I could say all this because I think I can admit that I'm officially like, I'm complete. I'm the final stage of doomer. Like I've accepted, and I'm choosing to live my life to the fullest and with integrity. Contemplated like ending it. I really did. And on that note, if you got it this far, I want to address that video where I talked about the other 32-year-old, like a perfectly healthy, healthy, good-looking guy can't make any friends. Shut the fuck up, dude. And some people were talking to me, oh, you're a caregiver. Why would you talk like that to him? I used to be a caregiver, and I was a caregiver for mentally disabled people who were had real congenital and neurological disorders. So I have grace for them if they don't have friends or they have a hard time making friends. They are in the exclusion. But this is a perfectly healthy, willing guy in the richest country in the world. Shut the fuck up, dude. Should blast a fucking ice cream cone in your face, you fucking You're fucking ungrateful. Someone should just take people out like that who are sad and lonely. Shut the fuck up. Go talk to someone at the fucking grocery store. Make an effort. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. Enough people are like, oh, I don't talk. I gotta get back to you later, and I can't make friends, and all this shit. Just fucking kill yourself. Just hang yourself. You're useless, especially in the next 10 years. So back on point. Now that I addressed downvoters, stages of doomerism, this whiny bitch on YouTube, and I was whiny bitch too recently about my views, and that's another thing. I came to conclusion that it's okay whatever I view. I got a little sad my last video only got like 50 something views and it's a 4K video. Yeah, but I know that I'm competing on YouTube with like Business Insider and CNBC, like fucking Matthew McConaughey, like these huge fucking following bases. Like I have to compete for their attention against billion-dollar budgets for film production. I can't fucking win, and I need to accept that. This hits me later and lets me learn this. But I would say the final stage of doomer, once you've gone through all the complex emotions and sadness, is acceptance. And what are you going to do? And start building action. And either that is going and living off grid and starting trying to serve. The idea of going off into the woods and surviving by yourself is absurd. Like you can't do it, and even with a group of people, it's going to be hard. But you can try, and that's what I'm going to try. But I think at this point, what my friend in California and I are addressing in order to do is to help other people who are at that beginning or middle stage where I was, like having to process this all alone. Not all alone, but like mostly alone. That's a journey for everybody to adjust to the fact that of what we face, what's down the line. Once people start to accept that, it could be really alone, feel really alone and in despair. And it's like crippling depression. I imagine some people have a hard time even getting out of bed. For me too, I generally do. I'm a very self-motivated person, and I confront challenges head on. But it's very debilitating to know that all your efforts will be essentially futile. You're playing around in sand, in a fantasy land right now. Yeah, people of this understanding typically tend to be those on the spectrum and have a different perspective. Can juggle with complex imaginative thinking and put the picture together. Most people don't have that ability. They think very linear, and it's sad and understandable because that's how we evolved. So I don't want to ramble too much. If you made it this far, thank you. It's all about the video. You just watch the video. Even if you don't plan to watch all my videos, just let it play, walk away, and just let it play through because that'll get it more traction. So what I'm doing, I'm still going to do my newscasts. I just start spreading conscious awareness, and I want to help people reach the place where they should feel enlightened and free about doing whatever it is that their heart that brings them real happiness, not what society wants them to do or their family or friends, but really what they would want to do to feel accomplished and within reasonable bounds. Not, I want to feel successful so that I can get the motivator of, the motivator is intrinsically is materialistic items. I want to do that so I can drive a Range Rover, so I can buy a big house and have multiple kids. That's not what I'm encouraging. It's really a deep personal search for you, and everybody's different, and everybody has some kind of talent or ability if they search maybe hard enough, no matter how small it is. Okay, I won't ramble too much more. Thanks for watching. You're an awesome audience. I love my Doomer family. I'll talk to you later.